Good evening, everyone. Hope you all are doing good and beating the summer heat. I welcome you all on the same page with Zuhi, and today's guest is special because a list of achievements, an amazing personality, a vivacious persona. Let's welcome Anuradha Prasad, and we will have a lot to talk to her because obviously one episode cannot sum up her complete literary journey and all the other things she does. Welcome, ma'am. How are you?
Thank you so much for your kind words. And yeah, I'm doing great, Joey. Thank you for having me. What
Okay,
about
great.
you? How are you
So
today?
I'm doing good, and I'm so happy that we could finally meet. It's been in a long due
Yes.
episode. It's been a long due podcast on my list that I had to do with you.
Yeah,
So
I was also waiting for this with you. So,
yes,
yeah.
tell me, what do we talk about first? Your literary journey, your list of achievements. Like I said, many things that you are in one person. Okay. So let me still try giving you giving all a brief intro.
Yeah,
Many
yeah,
of
yeah.
you may have seen her on channel. Anuradha Prasad, she's a Mumbai whose creative journey spans thousands of published features across leading newspapers and magazines.
It's not clear.
Distinctive featured on the cover of Times West Side Plus and praised by publications such as The Statements, News Today, The Pioneer, Dainik Jagran, Punjab Kesari, and all the big names. She is known for her ability to stir deep emotion through relatable characters and a grounded storytelling, which we will surely be talking about. Before turning to fiction, she worked extensively as a senior editor. She developed web content, taught journalism by invitation, experiences that shaped her narrative clarity and observational depth. Her books with that will be coming up in the conversation have earned critical and commercial appreciation, with one of her books called Coming Back Home crossing 10,000 Kindle downloads early in its release. She has also been a former model in her college years. She now leads a simple, reflective life with travel, nature, gardening, cooking, and Bollywood films, and a lot of hundreds and thousands of odd interests and passions that subtly infuse her writing with warmth and authenticity. Once again, welcome, ma'am. I couldn't contain myself introducing you because I just had to limit in few words. We will talk about everything you have done so far, whatever we can cover in this little time. Hope you're okay with it.
Like, like holding my baby in my arms, it gave me tears. And when I hear your kind words, I got tears in my eyes. I do get emotional, even holding the first copy of my book. Any book, like it's not the first book. All my books, yes. So
Okay.
thank you so much for
So
your kind
yeah,
words.
yeah,
We
and this
artists,
is a sign of a beautiful person, a sensitive person, always has welled up tears and has a stirred heart. So how did it all started? We will limit to literary journey first today. So
okay.
tell me, how did it all started? You started writing early, but when you thought of publishing the book, that's
Okay.
someone's bucket list sometimes. How did it all happen?
Mm, actually, it started very young, and I was a voracious reader. My mom was a teacher, and she would get lot of books home every afternoon to read for her own reading. But I must be around 6 or 7 years old, and I would read all the adult romances, thrillers, mysteries, everything. Okay, I would steal her books and read. So I'm telling you this backstory because uh, maybe my writing developed then, and I used to write after my school hours, and I used to pen poems I was not aware of. But then, slowly and gradually, as a literature student, literature people always write. They read and they write. And I was teaching literature in Mumbai University and Dhanukar College. So that's when I would write. And then my work started getting published. My features started getting published in Femina. Um, Beauty and Body and Beauty Care. There was a magazine of Free Press House. So they used to come up with a beauty article every edition. That was a fortnightly magazine. And I started writing for them, and they started publishing my work. And then slowly the editor called me and she said that, why don't you write the preface for our magazine for fortnightly? So I started writing a preface, introduction to the articles of that particular edition and all that. So my writing journey started very young. In between, life happened and I forgot everything about it. And then I became a literature student automatically. And then I started teaching literature, English, and somehow language people always write, I feel. So it just happened. But yes, I would like to tell you that everybody cannot be a writer. Every person can't be a writer. You have to be born with some talent, like singing or dancing, and you should have that kind of rhythm. In the same way, every person can't be a writer. So
Okay.
uh, you have to have something in your writing that connects you to the audience. The expression should be in such a way, and it is inborn. It's a gift of nature. I feel it's a gift of nature. Like everybody can't write poetry. In the same way, everybody can't be a great writer, or a very popular writer. Popular writers are those who have actually connected with the audience. So that is how it happened, and my work got published, and went on and on. And my life took me to the US. I completed my PhD. I returned back. It was nominated for a gold medal, and then I was just like, I had quit my job and I was home. There was it's a long story. And then suddenly, one of my friends said, she was working with Times of India, that they want writers for Times West Side Plus. And they were looking for a lifestyle writer. So
Okay.
then the editor was Mr. Mani Demello. I went with my published work of Free Press House and Femina and all. And immediately he said that we want good writers. And why don't you, write and edit our features? Then I said, who is going to, like, and he also put a condition that it has to be picked by the panel. Whatever you are
Okay.
writing has to be picked by the Times of India West Side panel. So I
Okay.
was very worried. Like I said, see, I don't have any journalistic,
Mm. Mm.
experience or
Yeah.
any kind of a training. And I was a literature student. I was a PhD person in literature. So he said, no, but it has to be selected by the group. So I said,
Fine.
okay. And I was cool about it. But then I put my life into my feature and I wrote. And he said, if it is selected, it will be selected for the story of the week. So they put it as a second story of the week. It was not the main story, but my story got picked. And that's how my literary journey started, I must say, in
Mm.
actuality. And
Mm.
I started writing for Times of India, West Side Plus. Then I went on to edit their features and all that. And then I got an invite from international magazines, Women's Era, Free Press
Mm.
House, a lot of online websites and all that. So I went on writing and publishing. My work never got rejected. That gave me all the, boost, I must
Boost.
say. That, yeah, I was getting that kind of, spirit boost, or you say the ego boost, that, these people like my writing, and, something like that. And then later on, my editor, he published a book called Hafzat. He was a crime reporter, Mr. Mani
Mm.
Dimello, and he was, inspiring us to write a book. Why don't you guys also
Yeah.
write a book? We were youngsters, like we were like, what? Who is going to read our books? Like, who is going to do this? I mean, I'm used to
Mm.
writing 500 words in a page, and I can't write 200 pages. It's not
Ages.
possible for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
200 pages is not possible for me, or 150. But then who is
Correct.
going to actually read our work and all that? So he was like, he was a very nice person, and he said that, no, you must write, journalists must write, write a book at least. So he was inspiring us. So I said, okay. And when the hiatus with Times of India stopped, I started my own website called as anu.com, and I used to publish all lifestyle, articles, and I used to, blog there. And it was quite an interactive website and all that. It was just for my, like, I was doing nothing, but then all my fans were like, no, 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 you must write a book, we are going to read it, your blogs are good, this and that. So I said, okay, let me try. So 2 Winters and 365 Days was born,
Yeah.
and it was an instant hit. I must not say it was a bestseller, but then I thought, for a person who thought that who is going to read my book, was an instant
People did.
hit. And I still love that book. It will always remain my first baby, like your first baby, when you hold that baby in your arms. First is always the first. So it will always remain my first. And second book, of course, Coming Back Home, was a bestseller. And all the other subsequent books were good
They
sellers.
were doing good.
So they were doing very good. And the last book, And Some Stories, I can say this is uh, a writer's genius in English language. And I have actually given myself a award that this is a genius, writer's genius in English language. I won't say much about the stories, but then okay, they are general, like as my style is, writing stories and all. They are
Yeah.
good, but this language, it's so beautiful. I keep reading the book, and I feel proud about it. I think I have come a long way, and then
Hmm.
now I need not wait for the inspiration to happen. It happens when I sit
It happens.
at the table and want to write, the story flows. So that's how it
And I have so
is.
many questions, and that is out of curiosity, out of love for you, because I've read a couple of books. So why don't you show us the recent most book, which is we are talking about today,
Yeah, yeah.
Anuradha Prasad Handsome Stories. I love the cover, by the way, to the audience.
Thank you.
You can
Thank you
see,
so much.
yeah. And as she
Thank you.
said that I mentioned about her, she loves gardening, nature, and travel. That always reflects in her books through either through the cover design or through the titles. Correct me if I'm wrong, ma'am. So
Yeah.
this is the book, which is the lovely one, which is available on Kindle, which is available on websites to purchase.
Thank
Do
you.
get it. Do get it for yourself. It's
Yeah.
it's it's really
Yeah,
good.
even Times of India taught me to write eyeball catching uh, headlines. They
Wow.
would always select a story from a headline,
Ah.
because
Oh,
it has to be eyeball catching. So that's how my the titles of the books have happened. Actually, they have to be eyeball catching. So instead of saying stories, you can say and some stories, or you can't
and
be
some
so
stories.
right, or
Hmm.
raindrops and caterpillars. They actually
Ah,
create some kind of, curiosity in the reader's
mysterious.
minds, and to
Yeah.
pick the book. So that also taught me. My journalistic career is the one which has taught me all this, actually, to
Wow.
be, yeah, yeah,
Okay. So let's go little, backward engineering I will do. You also were a former model. You've been into modeling journey. Then you studied literature. Then you did journalism. Hundreds of things, and I, with the time constraints, as I said, will not be able to cover in one episode. We would invite you more. But then these personalities in one person at different stages of life. Like you said, journalism surely helped you. My question to
yeah.
you is, how do they coexist? Do they collide sometimes when you are writing as an author, or they help each other? The journalist in you, the modeling person in you, or the lifestyle editor that you were.
Okay. Uh, I, I would like to say that I did not plan anything. These
Okay,
things just happened to me. Modeling just happened to me. Journalism just happened to me. I was a
okay,
literature student, basically a student
yeah,
and a professor, and
hmm,
other things happened to me. They just happened. So if somebody said that you look so good, you come on our cover, you do our cover. So I did their cover, and then
okay,
a brand picked my face for their product, and it happened to me. It just happened. So I did not plan these things. Things just
Okay.
happen. I did not go into modeling thinking that I want to be a model and I want to be, someone walking the ramp or become very famous. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
It just
Nothing like that.
happened to me. Nothing like I did not try getting into that deeper and deeper. Maybe
Yeah.
I would have been a very, very successful model today, or maybe a
Huh.
very famous figure. But then I did not go into that. And these things just happen, and I let it happen, and I just flowed.
Hmm.
And here I am with all my books and all my literary work. I allowed it to flow, and it just happened. So I won't say that you know I went into that and I have this. I can say that I'm talented, but I won't say that I tried to be somebody or
To be
something like that.
someone.
It just
Okay.
happened.
So there
Yeah.
they were different shades of you, but they quietly coexist and let the books
Simultaneously
happen.
coexisted.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, while teaching, I was modeling, and then I was writing. So two,
Wow.
three things I was doing at the same time.
At once. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how it happened. I did not plan anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. But my husband inspired me a lot to be, on the stage and in front of other people. And so these things just happen.
This happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are audience who have joined us, established names, all of them. You may know
Okay.
some, you may want to read these comments. So Nitya Shukla, she's from army background, herself a bilingual writer, and she says, go with the flow as life takes you to the most unexpected and most
Yes.
beautiful places. Thank you,
Yes.
audience, for joining on a Monday. I know it's difficult, it's a weekday. And Ritu
Yeah.
Kamra Kumar, again a well-known name, she's also saying life plans for you. Neelam Saxena, she's joined us
Yes.
from US.
Yes.
She also liked your cover, and there are many people who have joined us today. I
Thank
will be,
you.
yeah, I will
Thank
be.
you for your kind words. Yeah.
Okay. So we will continue the conversation. So yes, all these personalities coexisted. They quietly let you be and wrote.
Yes.
So this is your
Yes.
fourth book, if I'm not wrong, correct?
No, this is my fifth book.
Fifth book, fifth
Fifth.
book. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So we spoke about your literary journey in a bit. You have shown your book as well. So I
Yeah.
would just request you to read some excerpts from your latest book or any book you would want to.
Uh, I would like to read little from each book.
Wow, very good. I'll be rather happy.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I'll have to wear my.
Please, please, please.
Yeah. Mm,
So when there is a lot of it that you have done, then you have to search as well. I'll let
no, no,
ma'am
I'm
search.
not searching.
And if
I'm
audience
just
have any
like
questions,
thinking, like, yeah,
which
way
one?
to, yeah, no, way to start exactly so that I can give the gist of what I wanted to say. So,
Sure.
this is from my first book, and this is about the dilemma the character has, Ananya,
Mm-hmm.
and she's in front of a large audience. Like, I was a very nervous speaker once upon a time, and but then I have overcome that. So it's her thoughts, and I love this paragraph. Um, she stood in front of the huge audience, transfixed, unable to produce a single word on her own. She tried remembering some of the lines from the speech she had written. Nothing came to her. Another time she had gone blank in front of a huge crowd was in the fourth standard elocution competition. She had become a laughing stock of the entire school later. After that, she had sworn herself out of speeches. In that hopeless moment, a famous line from an American soap came to her from nowhere. Whatever you want to say is already there in your heart. So I would like to tell everybody that you already have it within you. Whatever you want to be, and whatever you asked me, so many personalities existed within you, but I already had it. So the universe gave me that opportunity to, you know, uh, uh, showcase those talents maybe, and I flowed with the flow. So that's how it happened. So
Beautiful, beautiful excerpt this was. And I would want to listen to more if you
yeah.
can, if I can request
Okay.
you.
So this is a very romantic scene. I really love these lines, this page. Okay, and my character Arpita is walking the ramp, and the ramp is on fire. Nobody is there to save her. She's all alone there. All the models have jumped off the ramp. Everybody has gone, and they are all screaming and shouting, but nobody is there. But then the protagonist comes, the guy she gets married to eventually. He walks, he comes from the fire, and he saves her. Okay, like a Hindi movie. Okay. Uh, okay. So here comes. So she's praying to God, and she's on the ramp. She's like almost fainting, and she thought that she's dead. So her thoughts are, God, she cried, I'm burning. Is there someone? She could not finish as the heat choked her. The kind of spiritual person that she was, she sent out a silent prayer. God, forgive me for my sins. If you wish me to die this way, so be it. She put her hands up weakly in a gesture of surrender. That moment, out of the flames, walked a figure. It came towards her. Strange, God wore pants. Arpita smiled as it neared. Am I dead already? She bowed at its feet. Thank you. It was not painful as I had thought. Strong arms grabbed her. Pa, here I come, she said aloud. The arms lifted her into the air. Oh, death was effortless. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, God. The crowd pulled together a series of fire extinguishers and doused it as the figure carried Arpita stepped on the makeshift steps placed for him to descend. So this was one of that. Like I really love these lines, the way I have written, and it has flowed, and it's a very interesting part of the book. Okay, for the next one, Juhi. Or she could still feel the music in her nerves and the high heels on her feet. The dress, so sleek and short and tight fitting, stuck to her zero figure like a snake's skin. Neeta opens her eyes to darkness and to thoughts of what it was and what she had become. More painful was what she thought she had, as her son had put it across that morning. She slept that night, lunged deeper into the soft pillows, her mind longing with the thoughts of heydays. She slept deep and dreamt of Jeenat Aman. She was 19 again. Both were on the ramp, Jeenat in her glory, she in her long, long legs, and huge stilettos, eager to finish the walk next to a superstar. While Jeenat was the showstopper, she was the model next to her. The dream was vivid. It was more of a recollection of her subconscious in her unconscious state of deep sleep. That day, she woke up happy and feeling young. This is from my latest book. Juhi, am I audible? Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Juhi. Can you
Couldn't
hear
see you
me?
properly. So, do you want to read? I can hear you. Hello.
I lost you for some time. Can you hear me,
Yeah.
Juhi?
I lost you for a few seconds. Can you hear me now? Hello. Ma'am, can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Hello, ma'am. So while she's back, there was some technical glitch, I guess. But we will continue as soon as she's back.
Can't hear her.
Yeah, now can you hear me? Now? Hello, ma'am.
Just check whether she is able to hear you.
So while we are fixing this, I would request the audience to stay here. Yeah, so I can see her, I can hear her. I'm not sure if she can. Okay, let me add again. Hello? Now can you hear me? Ma'am, you're on mute.
No, I was saying that I lost you for some time because I
For
was
some
reading
time.
for some time, and I was reading the lines and all. I could not see you at all,
No
and then
problem, no
you did not
problem.
intercept, so I continued with other reading. So
Very good, ma'am. Very good.
shall
No
shall
problem.
I read the book again, the
Please,
last
please
book?
read.
Do you
Please,
want me to
please
read,
read.
or what you want me to do? Tell me.
I
What?
can ask you before reading. I would want to ask you about this latest book. Just give
Yeah.
us some hint. What is it about, and then read the excerpt.
Okay. Um. As you know, the title suggests "and some stories." It is all about life and stories. That's the simple emotions and feelings that that take you to a very magnanimous incident or some situations and all that in day to day life. But then it's all about also. What you do when you are in a difficult situation. What would you do exactly, like
Mm-hmm.
whether you would take it in your stride, or will you hold the bull by its horns and then fight it out, and what kind of a decision would you take in a very difficult situation, or when you're transfixed, or you are at the crossroads, something like that. So there are different stories, like a mother taking a difficult decision of adopting her own child because she had the baby out of the wedlock,
Mm-hmm.
and she had to adopt her own baby. So you have to read the story. I can't actually tell you everything about it,
Yes, I
so
will surely.
I don't want to. And then a teenager's difficult decision to change his gender. So he's a man, he wants to be a woman, and he wants to be a model. So that kind of a thing. A woman who was a past supermodel, but then now she's 75 and she again wants to walk. Then she learns to walk, and how a simple thing like walking can take you to a ramp again. So that kind of an inspirational story. And again, of a girl in Bangladesh who is fallen deeply in love with this young man and got married to him, and he sells her to one of the brothels in Bangladesh, and she's transported to Kamatipura, Mumbai, and how she finds freedom, and how she is saved, and how she finds a home in Mumbai. So that's another story. So all these
Yeah.
stories are very simple, but then I feel that life gives you different situations. So how you grab the situation or how you
Grab the
react to a
situation.
situation really determines. And there is a story about a pet lover. She loves pets, but then her pets, then they prove that pets can be like better than human beings sometimes by saving your life. So some stories like this, which are,
So
yeah.
very
So
gentle, very human, very grounded as you yourself are. So that's reflecting in the book. Now I would request the excerpts to be read from this book
okay,
and some stories. Yes.
I'll read you from the transgender one.
Sure,
Finally,
sure,
he,
please. Yeah.
yeah. So the last page, the last concluding, conclusion to his story is he finds his soulmate. How it happens, he finds him on the ramp. So I love the lines here. He walked to the end of the ramp with his friend, and both knew they had something special. They had to go the way beyond the ramp, beyond the arc lights and the fashion walks, beyond what they were, beyond the exterior, beyond and beyond. What was unknown that was so never discussed, surreal and extraterrestrial for both of them. As they reached the end of the ramp and bowed to the audience to retrace back hand in hand, they recognized each other as very much alike, mirror images of one another, twining in garments, twining images of each other, twining at a deeper level beyond human understanding, physical levels, or born to be twin souls. At the ramp, they sizzled and had everyone screaming. They sat in front of the monitor for a photo shoot. They posed and twinned like flames, clustered together for the night in the shining, colorful garments, laughing, gyrating on the revolving chairs as they posed. So this is how he finds his soulmate on the ramp.
This
So
is
he's a-
very. I'm
Yeah.
curious to know the full story, and I'm really beautiful lines as you said.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you. So you
Yeah.
write poetry as well. So do you
I
find your
don't write
way?
poetry. I
No,
don't
no,
write
not
poetry.
anymore.
I used
Not
to
any.
write when I was a child. I think that was poetry. I don't know what it was, but then I
Uh,
think it was poetry.
okay.
But I
So
don't
so
know. I
now
don't.
now you feel connected to the stories, and that's what you tell. Planning to come up with any upcoming projects, ma'am? Now.
Yes. Yes. I'm writing a love story now, a romantic story, a love story. And
Mhm.
I'm trying my pen for the first time because I
Uh,
realized I haven't written a love story so far.
love story. Yeah. So
Love
when do we
story.
expect it to be
It will take me some
given
time,
to the
maybe
audience, or brought to us?
6 months to 1 year now, and
Okay.
yeah, I'll be able to maybe publish it next year sometime, early next year. So I'm coming up with a love story now.
All the best wishes from me and all the people who have joined, and the forum itself. So I wanted to ask you one more question, that publishing,
Yeah,
how has it been for you? I mean, for some people, it's a very tedious job. For some people, they do not know the way out. Any
yeah,
mantra for the upcoming writers or anything?
yeah.
Anybody who would want to, kind of get inspired from you, any giveaway today for them when they're dealing with the publishers?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel each writer has a journey. Each
Mm-hmm.
book has its own destiny.
Mm.
So if it has to find its way to a publisher, it will. It
It
will
will.
happen.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Okay.
will happen. So keep trying. Don't lose heart.
Mm.
And if your work is good, then it will be published. And people will see that. It will happen. So my journey, coming to my journey, it was okay. I'll not say it was very easy for me, because I might have initially sent my manuscript to maybe 40, 50 publishers. Then one clicked. And Lead Start published most of my books because he loves working with me and I love working with them. And so it just happened. So I can say that my journey was not very tough, but then yes, finding a footing happens, like, it takes time, little time. And if you are very good at what you're doing, it will happen and you will find a footing. And again, I would request that writers are born and they are not made. Your language can be made. You can make your language very beautiful. And you have to have that extra edge in your writing to touch people's hearts and minds. So, and they should be able to relate to what you are saying, trying to tell. So, somewhere, if it is good, it will happen. Yeah.
It's so nice. I mean, yes, I mean, you need to keep trying, keep giving, like ma'am said. So don't lose
Yeah.
your heart. If one or two or three publishers
On that
outrightly
note, I
reject.
would like to
Yeah,
read a page from Munnu's
please do.
story, a short story about a girl who was just 16 and she was sold off in a brothel. She finds freedom in Mumbai. Okay, so I'll have to stop page. So, okay. So she's rescued by a police constable, and she was in a truck traveling from Dhaka to Mumbai, Kamatipura, and suddenly early in the morning, there is a commotion, and there is police everywhere, and they open the truck, the backside of the truck, and all these girls come out, and she's just standing there, and all of a sudden she hears this police woman say, "Now you're free, you can go. But give me your name and your number." They jot
Kind
down
of fun.
all the girls, particulars and all. If you have any relatives, we will, take you there or to a women's shelter. So this girl, the lady asks her, the other girls descended and huddled around various lady constables who engaged in small talk. "Do you want to go home? We can arrange the tickets. Or you go to the women's shelter like the others will." Munni stood rooted to the spot, dazed, pained, uncertain. Home? What was it? The thought of Bangladesh brought fear to her. "No, I have nobody. I don't want to go home." She found herself say, without thinking, home was her husband. She involuntarily shuddered at his thoughts. She started to sob. The lady constable's expressions changed from stern to soft. She looked at her new sari and mehendi clad palms with sadness. A wave of kindness swept over her. "Are you married?" Munni nodded. "Do you know housework?" Munni nodded again, uncertain. The constable took stock of Munni's gentle, innocent face, the vermilion in her parting, hands that had telltale signs of labor visible through her fading mehendi. "How old are you?" the lady demanded, as other constables were demanding various information from women around. "Can you care for children?" The woman had resounding, powerful voice. Munni had no clue but nodded in silence, while more tears welled and wetted her face. "I have a 4-year-old daughter, who needs looking after," the lady constable spoke, booming. Munni nodded obediently again. The constable was hunting for a house help for long. Munni seemed to fit the bill. What with her gentle, innocent face and hard-working hands? Munni nodded uncertainly through tears again. She did not have any other way off that place. Mumbai seemed huge and unknown. She did not want to go back. Home no longer seemed home. She was frightened, confused, and angry at the same time. She somehow felt safe with this lady in uniform. The lady constable asked Munni to wait. Upon finishing her jotting work, the constable commanded an auto to stop, and it did. The woman directed the man upon an address. She jumped in and asked Munni to do so. The auto sped on the less trafficked roads of the morning. Munni looked at the huge skyscrapers passing by. A strange excitement took hold of her. The vibe of Mumbai was nothing like she knew anything from her own life. It resonated with her inner child deep down. This city felt home, a feeling so alien, but strangely known. After traveling for a while, the auto stopped at a huge building. "Kitna? How much?" demanded the constable to the auto fellow. "No, madam, nothing." The auto driver refused money to the lady in power. She turned to Munni. "This is my building. Now you will work in my home as a nanny. You will be safe here with us, okay?" Munni nodded. A strange sense of freedom came over her. She was free at last. A new life awaited her. This is my favorite story.
It is my favorite too now because it was deeply moving, and it is actually freedom when the person realizes that they're worthy, they're validated, and they are something. And good that you brought it up because a lot of it is happening like right across the streets we live, but we kind
Yes,
of either overlook or we are not bothered at all unless it knocks
yes,
our doors, right?
yes,
Thanks for bringing
yes,
with time constraints. I would want to kind of
yes,
take you towards the end of the conversation. So you mentioned Mumbai a lot. Now you live somewhere near Pune. Okay, I would not call it Pune yet. But
Yes,
tell me this difficult question: Mumbai or Pune? Which city do you like more?
Mumbai, hands down.
Mumbai. Okay. What does Mumbai mean to
I
you?
don't hate Pune. I love the place. But if you
Huh.
compare, if you want me to compare, Mumbai will always come first.
Mumbai, we are always. And why Mumbai?
Always. Yes. Why Mumbai? Okay. Why Mumbai? I am what I am because of that city.
Wow.
All my life I've lived there, and I had my great career and everything there. And it has a unmistakable spirit. And I somehow resonate with that spirit. The moment you get out in the streets, there is a, there is a beat to it. There is life and there is
There's
spirit.
life.
And that spirit resonates with me. And the city has accepted you when you're very successful there. And somehow people come to you, opportunities come to you, things happen, you excel. So that place is yours because that is yours, all that is happening. So if it is not yours, these things will not happen to you. So that is my belief. That was
Of course,
always
and
my
my
belief.
belief too. I mean, I started my career in Mumbai, and Mumbai shaped me a lot to who I am today. So I can
Yeah,
totally resonate with you.
yeah,
Why Mumbai? Yeah, it's Mumbai, hands down. So this was
yes.
Anuradha Prasad with us on the same page with Juhi on the Tree Warriors group, and you'll be watching us. Those who couldn't join us today, don't worry, we'll be having this recorded session for you up. Do share, like us, and reach out to her. Read her books. The latest one, of course, should be
Thank you.
downloaded, should be bought. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being with
Thank you
us.
so much,
We'll be calling
Juhi,
you
for
very
having
soon.
me. Yeah, I really thoroughly enjoyed this. And thank you so much. Thank you so
Right,
much.
ma'am.
Yeah.
I like you all the more for many reasons, and one reason being you're an author. So thanks again. And we
Thank you
would
so
now
much.
say a goodbye to the audience, and they would be writing to you. Do take out time to reply to their comments as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll do
Bye-bye.
that. Thank you. Bye. Have a great evening, everybody.
To you too.
Yeah.